The following is a presentation of Payoff Pitch Baseball. Payoff Pitch Baseball presents the 1994 Restart Season Pennant Race. Today's date, October 2nd, 1994. This is the final day of the regular season, and we have two huge games tonight. Hello, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you here to Payoff Pitch Baseball. Our first game is here in Seattle. Welcome to the Kingdome for tonight's game between the Detroit Tigers and the Seattle Mariners. This is actually the first game in this entire pennant race that we get to see the Detroit Tigers. I have not played this team at all, and it's funny that on the last day of the regular season of my restart, we finally get to see the Tigers. And what a game they've got to play, because they're playing the Seattle Mariners. Why is this game important? Well, I guess I got to show you the American League standings. The Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners are tied for second place in the AL West. Whoever gets second place in that division wins the last playoff berth. The New York Yankees, Baltimore, Cleveland, Chicago White Sox, and Oakland have already clinched the playoff berths in the American League. Texas or Seattle, both at 69 and 92, have a chance to clinch tonight. The reason why I say have a chance, if one team wins or loses, if one team wins and the other team loses, that team, of course, that wins goes on. If both teams win tonight and both teams lose, we will have a game 163 tomorrow between these two. Texas is at Minnesota. They will play that game in quick result, and we will have that roll on the seventh inning stretch, 10-minute ticker when we get there. We will play the Mariners and the Tigers tonight in a big game playing here. So tonight we will see if anybody will go on to the playoffs. But the Detroit Tigers might have something to say about it. And in a game of Payoff Pitch Baseball, there is no morale checks. There is no mercy rule. The dice roll, and if one team does better than the other, who knows? But tonight we get our first look at the Detroit Tigers, and I'm actually happy. That means that every team will have been represented at least once on my game board. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers. It will be Tony Phillips batting first. Lou Whitaker is second. Travis Fryman bats third. Cecil Fielder is batting fourth. Kirk Gibson, the designated hitter, batting fifth. Mickey Tettleton batting sixth. Junior Felix is seventh. Chris Gomez batting eighth. And Juan Samuel is batting ninth. Defensively for the Seattle Mariners, Edgar Martinez is at first base. Luis Sojo is at second. Tino Martinez is at third. At shortstop is Felix Fermin. In left field, Kevin Mitchell. Center fielder, the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. In right fielder is Jay Buhner. The catcher is Dan Wilson. And on the mound for the Seattle Mariners tonight is Chris Bosio. He gets the call on 4 wins, 10 losses, but a 4.32 ERA. That tells me he gives up a share of runs, but he might not have gotten such good run support in the game. He averaged 4.8 strikeouts, 2.9 walks, and 1.1 homers per 9 innings in 94 for Seattle. The Kingdome is packed for this final game of the regular season. Seattle wins. We'll see what happens with Texas during the 10-minute ticker. Anyway, we got baseball to play, so let's get to it. Huge game begins. And leading off for the Detroit Tigers will be Tony Phillips. Bosio is a right-hander. Phillips batted .285, 15 homers against the rights. This Tigers team was not bad. They finished 75. They're 75 and 86, actually. I should say 75 and 86. As they will try to finish with a decent record. This team is not bad. They just did not have the runs. Here we go. Game underway. And that's going to be a tough 22. And Phillips goes down on strikes. And that's a good way for the Mariners to start, 1 down. Packed house here in the Kingdome. They are watching this game, and they are scoreboard watching. Next batter for Detroit will be Lou Whitaker. Batted .304, 11 homers against the Rights in 94. Whitaker gets in the batter's box. Bosio sets and deals. And that's going to be an in-play 71. That's a ground ball at the short. Picked up by Fermin. He has it, throws to first, and that's out number 2. 2 men down, and now we will see Travis Fryman. Batted .265, 11 homers against the Rights. Bosio gets out there, sits and deals. Here he comes. And that's going to be a patient 27. Fryman will take a walk to first base. Steal rating is a 3D. 10 on the dice will not run. And now we will see Cecil Fielder. Batted .259. He had 22 homers against the Rights in 94. The Seattle Kingdom, pretty much a hitter's park, a bit of a hitter's park. Right-handed batters 1 to 50. Left-handed batters 1 to 70. So 120 combined. That's a bit of a pit. That's a hitter's park. Pretty much a hitter's park. I would say marginal hitter's park. 2 outs. Fielder at bat. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 0-5. And Fielder's going to smack himself a double. He hits this one off the center field fence. Fryman, run rating a 7. He will come around from first and he will score. Fielder goes ahead and goes on to second base. And just like that, the Tigers jump out to a 1-0 lead. The Mariners can still lose this game, but they would need Texas to lose to Minnesota as well. Double by Fielder puts the Tigers ahead early. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Kirk Gibson, and we all know what he's famous for. Batted .276. He had 20 home runs against Rights for the Tigers in 94. So he actually was having a pretty good year. He was batting around .275. There's nothing wrong with that. .275 and 23 home runs at the time the year ended. The rest of the season was canceled. I don't have an issue with that. That's just fine. I'll take that every year. Here's the pitch to Gibson with 2 outs. And that's going to be an in-play 13, and that's going to be a base hit for Gibson. He smacks that one into left center field. Fielder has still good running speed. He will score from second. And an RBI single for Gibson. And the Tigers have jumped out early. It's 2-0. It's a meaningless game for Detroit, but the Mariners definitely need it. Gibson on it first. 4D steal rating will not run with a 9 on the dice. And now we'll see Mickey Tettleton. Tettleton batted .252, 14 homers against the Rights. I'm really surprised this Detroit team actually has some pretty good batters. They can definitely do it. But Chris Bosio already giving up 2 runs here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch to Tettleton. And that's going to be an in-play 24, and it's another single. This one is hit also to left center field. Gibson, and run rating at 8, will go to third, and he will hold there. And that's 3 straight base hits after 2 quick outs by Bosio. 2F, he won't steal. And now the Tigers will bring up Junior Felix. Felix batted .309 with 9 homers against right-handed pitching. The only thing I could think of for Detroit, their pitching wasn't so great. That's the only thing I could think of. Good lineup. The lineup for the Tigers was pretty good, judging from what I'm seeing so far here in the starting lineup here against the Mariners. Runners at first and third, 2 outs, pitch to Felix. And that's going to be an in-play 33, base hit for Felix. And the Tigers are pouring it on early. That is a single. Gibson will score. Tettleton will hold the third. And Felix goes on first. That is the 4th straight hit given up by Bosio. And the Tigers are now up 3-0. And the fans here at the Kingdom want to see something. They want to see Bosio get out of this inning, but so far, he's having an issue. Next batter for the Tigers will be Chris Gomez, batted .219, 7 homers against the Rights. But we'll see if Bosio can settle down here. They're going to talk to him, say, "Look, you already put us down 3-0 here. We got to get a stop." Runners at first and third. Pitch to Gomez, 2 outs. And that's going to be a tough 90. They'll finally get the inning over. Grounded to short. That's picked up by Fermin. He throws to second to get Felix out. And that will do it. The Tigers, however, get 3 runs on 4 hits and a walk. And they start off with a 3-0 lead here after one half inning, as Salvador America is first to join me at the Kingdom tonight. Welcome, sir. You are the main host. Make sure everybody is fed and watered. Thank you. Yeah, the whole season for Seattle is an issue, exactly. But as I said, the Tigers had a pretty good lineup. The issue is, however, is their pitching. And in this start, this could be a very interesting matchup. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. Batting first will be Luis Sojo. Edgar Martinez is second. Ken Griffey batting third. Jay Buhner batting fourth. Tino Martinez is fifth. Keith Mitchell is sixth. Reggie Jefferson batting eighth. Batting seventh. Felix Fermin is batting eighth. And Dan Wilson is batting ninth. Reggie Jefferson is the DH tonight. Defensively for the Tigers, we have Cecil Fielder at first base, Lou Whitaker at second, Travis Fryman at third. The shortstop is Gomez. Left field, Tony Phillips. Center field, Juan Samuel. In right field is Junior Felix. Mickey Tettleton behind the plate. And on the mound for the Detroit Tigers is John Doherty. And this is where we might see something very interesting in this game. Doherty, 6 wins, 7 losses, a 6.48 ERA. So he has a higher ERA than Bosio. But I've seen pitchers with high ERAs pitch a gem sometimes. Eric Hansen last night comes to mind. His average 2.5 strikeouts, 2.3 walks, and 1.2 homers per 9 innings for Doherty, as he's going to try to get a Tigers a win to close out the season. Seattle comes into this game 69-92, Detroit 75-86. The Tigers have no payoff pitch record. This is going to be the only game I feature the Tigers. The Mariners, however, are 1-1. The last time we did the Mariners had a big comeback win over the Chicago White Sox, and the last time we played them earlier this week. So who knows what can happen tonight? We go to the bottom of the first. Leading off for the Seattle Mariners will be Luis Sojo. Mariners need to win. Texas needs to lose, or the other way around, in order for us to get a playoff spot taken tonight. Here's the pitch to Sojo, and that's going to be a tough 35, and Sojo leads off with a double. He's going to smack that one into center field. Going around first and heading to second, and he will hold there. Double for Sojo. 4C steal rating will not run. He'll hold at second base. And yes, that was a wild one, Salvador. You're right. Here's Edgar Martinez. Doherty is a right-hander. Martinez batted .270, 9 homers against the Rights in 94. Mariners start off with a man on second. And here's the pitch to Martinez. And that's going to be an in-play 35, and that's popped up. That is popped up in the infield. Calling for it is Fielder. And he's going to make the catch for out number 1. Next batter is Ken Griffey Jr. Batted .339, 24 home runs against the Rights. He had 40 at the cancellation of the rest of the season. I think 55 might have been very easily from the make. Sojo still on at second. Pitch to Doherty. Or from Doherty. That's going to be an in-play 52. And that's grounded to third. Sojo's run rating is an 8. He has to hold. The throw goes to first for out number 2. As Sojo cannot make a play, cannot get to third base when the ball is hit there 2 down. And the next batter will be Jay Buhner. Buhner batted .254, 13 homers against rights. Fans here need Soho to come in here at the Kingdome. The Mariners can lose this game, but it only depends what happens with Texas when we get to the 10-minute ticker. And we'll know. Right now, we don't know anything. So here's the pitch. And that's going to be a tough 28. Struck him out. And Buhner goes ahead and down back to the dugout. And the leadoff double comes up for nothing for the Mariners. No runs and a hit, but that's all they get. 1 in the books already, 3-0 Tigers. And really a game that Mariners really have. Yeah, I say they can lose. They need to win, and they know it. Mariners can lose, but yes, they need to win tonight. They need a win. Need a win, and you guarantee yourself at least a game 163 if Texas loses to Minnesota on 10-minute ticker. Top of the second coming up. Here's Juan Samuel. Batted .333, 4 homers against the rights for Detroit in '94. Every time I think of Juan Samuel, I always think of the 1986 Philadelphia Phillies. I just do. I only see Samuel in a Phillies uniform. I just, for some reason, wearing powder blue with the red P. With the burgundy P. That's all I see Samuel. I just don't see him in a Detroit uniform. Here's the pitch. Let's see if Basio's calmed down a bit. And that's going to be an in-play 70. That's a ground ball hit to second base. That's picked up by Soho. Picks it up, throws to first. Out number 1. Top of the order for Detroit. Here's Tony Phillips. Phillips got K'd his first time up. Pitch. And that's going to be patient 66 base on balls. Phillips will take a walk to first. And now Lou Whitaker. Whitaker grounded out his last time up. Phillips steal rating 4C, 4 on the dice. 3-0 lead. I really don't see Detroit trying it. I really don't see a steal attempt here. Inside pitch, usually you do a strategy roll. Here we don't have it, although I could just go ahead and draw a card to see if he does, but because that's auto steal. Nah, if you're up 3-0, no. Let Whitaker bat. Tigers trying to end the Mariners season and postseason hopes. Yep. So here's the pitch from Whitaker to Whitaker, and that's going to be a tough 87, and that's a ground ball to second base. Whitaker's double play rating's a 6, 6 on the dice, and he's got it. Soho over to Fermin, back to Martinez, double play. And that gets the crowd excited a little bit on that. A 4-6-3 double play, and that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, and a walk. And still 3-0 Tigers. Bottom of the second. Mariners know they have to win. Here's Tino Martinez batting .258, 16 homers against rights. He had 20 homers total. I think he was on his way to a 30 or 35 home run season. So sad that season ended. That's why I decided with Payoff Pitch Baseball, I was going to finish it. First thing I do, let's finish the season before we do a full season replay with some other year. Pitch coming to Martinez. That's going to be an in-play 36. Ground ball right back to Doherty. Spears it, throws to first, out number 1. Like I said, Doherty has a high ERA. Hansen had a high ERA as well, over 4 point something, but he pitched beautifully last night, shutting down the Astros. Next batter for the Mariners will be Keith Mitchell, batted .262, 3 homers against rights. 1 man out. Doherty sets and deals. And that's going to be an in-play 54, and that's a fly ball deep to right, but not too deep. Junior Felix is going to get to that, and that is out number 2. And that will be the designated hitter, Reggie Jefferson, batted .346, 8 homers against the rights. Good hitter, actually, against the right-handed pitchers in '94. I know, one of the greatest what-ifs in baseball history. What if they finished the season? Well, I don't know if this is exactly how my season went. I don't know exactly how it went, but let's assume that this is the way it would finish. Of course, I added 4 extra playoff teams because there only was going to be 3 division winners and 1 wild card. But why not? It's my game. I'm going to play with it my way. Here's the pitch of Jefferson, and that's going to be a tough 45 and swing and a miss. He struck him out. Another K for John Doherty, and the Mariners go down in order. Nothing across for Seattle. Top of the 3rd coming up. Maybe Chris Bosio has settled down a little bit, and now facing the part of the order that gave him fits in the 1st inning. Here's Travis Fryman. He walked his last time up. All of those runs came with 2 outs in the 1st. Here's the pitch from Bosio. And that is a 9. That is an in-play 88 ground ball hit to short. Fermin will pick it up, throws it over to first for the 1st out. Next up will be Cecil Fielder. Fielder hit a double his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Only time we get to see the Detroit Tigers tonight. Wow. And yet they actually are playing a game that's got meaning. At least for one team it does. Here's the pitch to Fielder. And that's going to be an in-play 34 popped up in the infield. And Martinez is calling for that. That's going to be a pop out to 3rd, 2 down. And now Kirk Gibson. I always say, a lot of people always tell me that Kirk Gibson's home run maybe that was the greatest at-bat in World Series history over Mookie Wilson's at-bat in 86 are the Red Sox. I have a little issue with that because when Kirk Gibson hit the home run, the World Series was not on the line. When Mookie Wilson came up at bat in 86 against the Red Sox, the World Series was on the line. Big difference. He hit that home run in Game 1. Mookie Wilson's at bat was in Game 6, and the Mets were down 5-4. That was the greatest at bat in World Series history. I find anybody try to really argue with it. I know we could talk about modern stuff today, and I'd say the 86 postseason was the best postseason ever. Angels, Red Sox, Mets, Astros. Two unbelievable LCSs. Okay, enough talk. Let's roll. Pitch to Gibson. And that's going to be a tough 09, and Gibson caught looking at strike 3. And he goes down on strikes, and a 1-2-3 inning for Bosio. So it looks like he's settled down a bit since giving up the 3 runs. But now it's up to the Mariners to try to get some runs of their own. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Leading off for the M's will be Felix Fermin. He batted .285 and a homer against rights. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 9. That's an in-play 13 base hit for Fermin. He hits that one into left center field. Nice shot. And that's picked up by Phillips. He throws it in. Fermin will hold it first. Second hit of the night for the Mariners. And the next batter will be Dan Wilson. Wilson batted .213, a homer per 9. 1 home run versus right-handers in 1994. Fermin 4D steal rating will not run. You're down by 3 runs, so you're not stealing anything. You need base runners. So we'll see if Dan Wilson can get a hit here. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 09. That's exactly what it's going to get. It's going to be a single. It's a soft blooper into short right field. Fermin rounding second, heading for third. He will make it. He will make it. And Fermin will get to third. Wilson will be on first. And first and third, nobody out. I have no issue with that. Fisk's home run against the Reds at Fenway was huge. Yes, it was. It was. My issue with that, the Reds did, but the Red Sox didn't win that series. That's the only issue I have with it. If they had won the series, that might be maybe one of the best home runs. It is one of the best home runs in postseason history. You put that up with Kirk Gibson. Yes, I have no problem with that. But the Red Sox lost that series where Mookie Wilson's at bat helped the Mets win that series. That's why I'll put that above it. But you're not wrong. That was an awesome home run by Carlton Fisk. And I remember watching that as a kid when the Reds were playing the Red Sox at 75. I watched that on TV. I was very young. I think it was 5 or 6, but I was a baseball fan then. Top of the batting order coming up now. It's Luis Sojo. Runners at first and third. I better concentrate on this game here. Mariners need to get one of these runs in. And already now the Tigers in a bit of trouble. Nobody out. Runners at the corners. Tigers are going to play. Oh, double play rating is a 5 for Sojo. Tigers are going to play infield in. Very hard to double off Sojo. So here's the pitch. And that's going to be a patient 98. And that's a fly ball to left. That could score for me. Fly ball to left. And Phillips is going to make the catch. So that's 1 out. That is a patient. Fermin's run rating is an 8. And the runner advancement chart is an 8. It was hit to left. Phillips's arm is a 6. Phillips's arm is a 6. They gotta send him. They gotta score. So Phillips with a run rating 8, they will send him. They will send him home. So if it's 6, so they're sending Fermin home. If the round, we draw a card. If it's a 6 or lower, he is safe. If it's a 7, it's a play at the plate. If it's an 8 or a 7, it's a player at the plate. If it's a 9, he is out. And 9, he's gunned down at the plate. Phillips guns him down. 2 outs. Tony Phillips guns down Fermin. Oh, wow. And the fans just can't believe it. Wilson, of course, has to hold it first. And now 2 down. Gunned down at the plate. And the batter now will be Edgar Martinez. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a patient 56. And that's going to be a base hit for Martinez. He hits that into center. Wilson, however, will move on to third, and he will stay there. But there are 2 outs. And now getting thrown out at the plate was huge. Running probably would have scored. And that is the 3rd hit. But still runners at the corners with 2 outs. It'll be up to Griffey. And you were 6 way up past your bedtime. Yeah, I figured you would be. Trust me. Baseball in the 70s, 80s, even the early 90s. Awesome. I still love the game, though. Yeah, how big is that out at the plate now? Exactly. Now it'll be up to Junior with 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Seattle knows they got to win. You got to take some chances. You're playing against a team that's got nothing to lose. Griffey. He grounded out his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 0-7. And he's going to get the runs in. At least a couple of them. That's going to be a base hit for Griffey. That is going to be a double. Wilson will score. Martinez, a run around 6. He will score. Griffey goes to second, and the Mariners are right back in it. Junior comes through with a big clutch double. And clears the bases. And it is now 3-2. But yes, how big is that out? Because now the Mariners would be leading. But Ken Griffey Jr. gets a 2 RBI double to clear the bases. And now a 3-2 ball game. And the fans here at the Kingdom are right back in it. You can count on Junior. He does it. One of the reasons why he is in the Hall of Fame. Here's Jay Buhner. Buhner got K'd his last time up. They're going to go talk to John Doherty for a moment. Settle him down. And now 2 outs. Pitch coming to Buhner. That's going to be an in-play 59, and that's a fly ball to right. Coming under it will be Felix. And he gets to it, and he makes the catch, and the inning is done. But 2 runs come in on 4 hits for the Mariners. We got a ball game here. The Tigers are leading 3-2, timeout. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Depending on what happens tonight, we'll see if we're going to have a game tomorrow. If the final spot is clinched tonight, there will be no baseball tomorrow. I'll take a break, and I'll start the playoffs on Tuesday. And I haven't decided yet if it's going to be the American League or National League wild card playoff first, depending on what happens really with the Reds and the Astros. So unless they're tied, there'll be no game tomorrow. I'll take a day off, which I think I deserve. Top of the 4th inning, Chris Bosio comes out for Seattle. It's now 3-2. Leading off for the Tigers will be Mickey Tettleton. Tettleton got a base hit his last time up. Don't turn that channel. I got a feeling we are scratching the top of the iceberg. I know that. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 62. And that's a fly ball to right. Coming under it will be Buhner. And he's going to make the catch for out number 1. Here's Felix. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. I know I got some lurkers somewhere in the chat. They're just probably waiting for the next game, which is fine. You guys can lurk all you like. I know you're there. Here's the pitch to Felix. Glad to have you with me as always. That's going to be a tough 66, and Felix is going to smack one into center field. That's going to go all the heads over everybody. That's going to bounce off the wall. Felix is going to head for 2. He will have a double. That's his 2nd hit of the night. Off of Bosio. He holds at second. Steal rating 4F, will not run. The ball is thrown in by Griffey. And now Detroit has a runner in scoring position. And here's Chris Gomez. Gomez grounded out his last time up, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 31, popped up in the infield. Oh, my. Coming on to get it is going to be the first baseman, Edgar Martinez. He's got it. That's out number 2. That is a great time for Bosio to get that. Caught a Sherpa to the nosebleed seats with binoculars watching the action. And that's okay. He can. That's okay. Even the nosebleed seats, I don't care what they say. Nosebleed seats are the best place to watch a game. You can see everything. I never sit all the way down. Never sit all the way down. 2 outs. Samuel now the batter. Grounded out his last time up. Runner on second. Bosio trying to get this inning done to give his Mariners a chance. That's going to be a patient 39, and that's going to be a base hit for Samuel. That is a single for him. He will go to first. Felix rounding third. He will score. And the Tigers get a run back and now lead 4-2. RBI base hit by Samuel. They'll be front row next game for sure. I'm sure they will be. Samuel, a 4C steal rating. Up 4-2. Now you might think of stealing, but with 2 outs, the answer is no. And the batter will be Tony Phillips. Phillips walked his last time up. Fans here let out a big groan. You got 2 big runs. Now you give a run back. And here's the pitch to Phillips. And that's going to be an in-play 0-3 base hit for Phillips. That is a big base hit, too. That's going to go all the way into left center field. That's going to go to the wall. Phillips is going to have a double. Samuel, with that run rating of an 8, will have no problem scoring. And the Tigers, once again, are leading by 3. They now lead 5-2. Again, with 2 outs, all the runs are being scored. And now Chris Bosio, they're trying to limit the damage as much as they can, but now a 5-2 lead for Detroit. And they're going to take Bosio out. He's done. They're not going to wait for him to give up another run. So he is out of there. The next batter for the Tigers is Lou Whitaker. He'll come up to plate. The Mariners are probably just going to bring in the next best pitcher they've got. And it's going to be Bill Risley, who will come in and pitch. Only a short reliever, so he's going to pitch innings 4 and 5. Bosio leaves. Risley, 9 wins, 6 losses, 3.44 ERA. A better pitcher, definitely. And it's going to be up to Risley to try to see if they can keep this a 5-2 game. Like I said, all hands are on deck. We'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Still 2 outs. Batter is Whitaker. Risley is a right-hander. That's going to be a defense check. 50. A range check to center field. Griffey's range is a D, and he is not going to get there. That ball is going to fall in. Griffey could not get to it, and that is going to be a single, which will score Phillips. Whitaker goes to first. It's now 6-2 Tigers. And Detroit is pouring it on. And it does not look good for the Mariners at this moment. Whitaker on it first. That run's going to get charged to Bosio. And now here's Travis Fryman. 4 out of the last 5 batters were hits. All being done with 2 outs. The Mariners just cannot get the last out. Risley pitching to Fryman now. Whitaker on it first. That's a patient. We got a rare play. Rare play dice say 23. And it's actually a rain delay thing, but we're in a dome, so that doesn't matter. We re-roll. Good. And I wouldn't have done a rain delay anyway if it was outside. Re-roll. And that's going to be a 6. That's a tough 60. And struck him out. Bill Risley gets Fryman out on a strikeout. The Tigers get another crooked inning, 3 runs, again on 4 hits. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's now 6-2 Detroit in a game the Mariners absolutely have to have. or they'll be and they're already scoreboard watching. The fans are already scoreboard watching at the Kingdome to see what's going on between Texas and Minnesota. We don't know yet. We'll find out in a few innings. Mariners did one batter at a time is right. John Doherty comes back out for the Tigers. And here's Tino Martinez. Pitch on the way. And that is going to be an in-play 56. That is a fly ball to left. Phillips is going to get to that one. And that is out number 1. Doesn't mean to be said the Tigers are the better team between these two. Tigers are graded a C, Mariners a D. Tigers definitely better. Next batter for Seattle will be Keith Mitchell. Mitchell flew out his last time up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 34, and that's a ground ball to first. Fielder will get to that one. He'll take it himself, tag the bag for out number 2. And now Reggie Jefferson struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's a ballpark 36. That is in play. But an in-play 95 is a fly ball to right. Coming under it will be Junior Felix. Measures it. Falls in his glove. Block. And the ball. And the inning is over. Not going good for the Mariners as they get nothing in that inning at all. 4 in the books. 6-2 Tigers. Top of the 5th coming up. Bill Risley will pitch his second inning of work. Batting for the Tigers will be Cecil Fielder. The Tigers trying to show me that, hey, look, you should have played us a few more games than just this one. And they're probably right. Who knows if the Tigers would have gotten some more payoff pitch action with the way they were playing. Pitch to Fielder. And that is a tough 74 base hit for Fielder. Just got it. That's a single. He fights off a good pitch from Risley, and he will go to first. Still rating a D, not a threat at all. And now here comes Kirk Gibson. 37 years old in 1994. With them battered legs of his. But yet he hit 23 home runs in 94. 6 years after the Dodgers won the World Series in 88. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 70. And that's a ground ball to short. Gibson's double play rating is a 4. A 4 is on the board. How about that? Shortstop to second to first. 2 outs. Double play. They go ahead and get them both out. Big double play there. They got him. 6-4-3. And he's hard to double play. And he is hard to double play. A 4, and they got him. Here's Mickey Tettleton. Tettleton 1 for 2. Here's the pitch from Risley. And that is a tough 33 and struck him out. Tettleton will head back to the dugout, or actually he'll take the field because that's the last out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit for the Tigers, though. Still 6-2 Detroit. That'll be it for Risley, as he will have to be replaced in the next inning. Out comes John Doherty. Bottom of the 5th. For Seattle, here is Felix Fermin. He singled his last time up. And now the Kingdome faithful want to see him do again. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 73, and that's a fly ball to center. Coming under it is going to be Samuel, out number 1. And that's the first time I've called his name in the outfield. Next up is Dan Wilson. Wilson singled his last time up as well. Pitch. In play, 87. Ground ball to shortstop. Picked up by Gomez. Double clutches. Throws to first. Out number 2. And now a chance for Luis Sojo. He's 1 for 2. He doubled his first at bat. Pitch from Doherty. In play, 67, and that's a grounder to second base. Lou Whitaker's got it. He double clutches, throws to first, routine, side retired. 1-2-3 inning on the Mariners. Nothing there. 5 innings in the books. Still 6-2 Tigers. We go to the top of the 6th. Leading off for Detroit is Junior Felix. Mariners have to bring in a new pitcher. And they're going to bring in Jeff Nelson. No record, but a 2.76 ERA. Short reliever, so he can pitch innings 6 and 7. Junior Felix at bat. Starting the top of the 6th inning, 6-2 Detroit. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 44. Struck him out. Nelson starts his rotation there with a K. Junior Felix was 2 for 2 before he struck out there. And now we see Chris Gomez. Gomez is 0 for 2, grounded out and popped out. Pitch. Patient 75 and fly ball center field. Sim, that's going to get caught by Griffey out there. That's out number 2. And now we'll see Juan Samuel. Samuel hit a single his last time up, and he scored. Jeff Nelson trying to get it done here. Here's the pitch to Samuel. And a patient 72. And that's grounded to second base. Luis Sojo will get it. Throws to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jeff Nelson and the Mariners. As they now keep the Tigers quiet. But is it too little too late? Bottom of the 6th coming up. Still 6-2. 6-2 Cats. Mariners running out of outs. Here's Edgar Martinez. He'll lead off the bottom of the 6th. He singled his last time up. Pitch from Doherty. And tough 59. And that is a fly ball to right. Felix will get to that one. And that's out number 1. And that brings up Griffey. He gets a nice ovation, a big double to score a couple of runs. Fans here scoreboard watching, they know what the score is. We don't yet. We'll know in another full inning. Griffey the batter. Here's the pitch. Needs a hit. That's going to be an in play, and that is another rare play. Rare play dice. Red is always red first, 5-2. Let's see what we got. Batter doubles to right, but may have missed touching first base. An appeal is made, and result is, so an appeal is made. So 1 to 4, he is safe. 1 to 4, it's a double. 5 or 6, he is out. It's a 2. He's fine. It's a double. The ruling is batter with a double to right field. That could have been disastrous on a rare play. But Griffey will make second. He's safe. They appeal, but is okay. And that's his second double of the game. As the Mariners need base runners badly. Oh, that could have been bad. You get a double and then you don't touch first base? Ugh. Still one out here on the bottom of the 6th. And now Jay Buhner. John Doherty pitched a very good game so far. He's only given up 2 runs. He's doing the job. Tigers do have the bullpen getting ready, though. His fatigue rating is an 8. Here's the pitch for Buhner. Mariners need him to get a hit. And that is a tough 41. Struck him out. Doherty gets a big K. Second time Buhner got struck out. Big strikeout. A disheartening strikeout. And now we'll see if Tino Martinez can go ahead and get Griffey in. Griffey on at second, looking to score. John Doherty actually pitching pretty well. Pitch to Martinez. And in play, 53. Ground ball to third. Fryman's got it. Throws to first. Side retired. No runs and a hit for the Mariners. It stays 6-2 Detroit. We go to the top of the 7th. Top of the batting order for the Tigers. Here's Tony Phillips. You can feel it inning out and inning slipping away. Yep. Nelson pitching to Phillips. Phillips doubled his last time up. He is 1 for 2. And it's going to be a tough 14. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him on a low curveball. And Phillips will head back to the dugout. One man down. Here's Lou Whitaker. Whitaker singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Mariner bullpen doing everything they can to keep him in this, but unfortunately, a 4-run lead. Mariners are not able getting through Detroit pitching. Here's the pitch. Tough 28. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. An inside slider. The umpire said that's a strike. Whitaker looks at him a little funny, and the umpire says, "What you looking at? Go get yourself back on the bench." 2 outs. Big strikeout by Nelson. 2 men down. Here's Travis Fryman. Fryman is 0 for 2. He had a walk in the first inning and scored there. Nelson doing whatever he can. Pitch to Fryman. Tough 89, and that's a ground ball to short. Coming up with it is Fermin. Has it. Throws to first, and side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. Nothing there. We are at the 7th inning stretch. And we will be right back with the 10-minute ticker. The Tigers are leading 6-2. We'll be right back. Tabletop Sports Delaware joins me here at the Kingdom for the first game of a huge doubleheader tonight. As you can see, though, the Tigers are leading 6-2 as we'll be going into the bottom of the seventh, but it's now time for the American League 10-minute ticker. This will now decide if the Mariners have to absolutely win or not. So now we'll find out. We do the American League, and we'll do the National League later, although the National League, the only game that matters is the game I'm playing after this one, the Reds and the Astros. But now, let's see what we got. It is time to find out and see how the rest of tonight's action goes. We start off with Baltimore versus Cleveland. Meaningless game. Baltimore's already got the number 5 spot. They will be playing in the wild card playoff against the winner, or I should say the second place team from this division. And that is a 5. That is a win for the Orioles. They beat the Indians 7-5. Even though really the win is meaningless, as the Indians finish with 101 wins in the restart. California at Oakland. Also meaningless, the Athletics have already clinched the American League West. They will be playing the Yankees in the in a division series. That is a 7, and that's a win for the A's. They go ahead and shut the Angels out 4-0. Nice to go into the postseason with a win. And how bad was this division? The Oakland A's had a record of 74-88. 74 wins, 88 losses, wins the American League West. That's how bad that division was in 94. Chicago White Sox at Kansas City. The White Sox eliminated the Royals yesterday. Kansas City thinking of next year. And the White Sox go into the postseason with a win. With a win on the Royals 6-4. And the White Sox are awaiting the win of the play. They are awaiting the winner of the American League wild card playoff. Detroit at Seattle, we are playing. New York Yankees at Boston, meaningless game. The Yankees, however, will get the win here. They will beat the Red Sox 5-3 in the final game of that season. So the Yankees finished 99-63 for the year. Texas and Minnesota is next. We'll save that for last. Toronto at Milwaukee. We'll skip it. We'll go to Toronto and Milwaukee. And that's going to be a win for the Blue Jays. They shut the Brewers out 4-0. Toronto actually finished with 80 wins in the restart. And I'll be posting full standings in the Payoff Pitch Gamers Network on Facebook when I'm done tonight, when we're done. So the Blue Jays finish at 80-82, not bad. Now, the game that matters, Texas at Minnesota. This is the game that matters. Texas at Minnesota. Texas is doing the rolling. Texas doing the rolling. They need a 2-6 to win the game. Anything other than that, Minnesota wins. And the fans just were told that the Texas-Minnesota game went final. And they're about to show them the score. So let's see. Do the Mariners need to win? Here's the big game going on outside. It's a 7. Minnesota beats the Rangers 6-4. And the fans just let out a huge cheer. Yay! They let out a huge cheer as they see Minnesota beating Texas 6-4, which means that there will be that we're 2.5 innings away from a game 163 tomorrow between the Mariners and the Rangers to decide who goes on. Unless the Mariners come back and win this game. Minnesota beats Texas 6-4 tonight. And now the Mariners are showing that on the scoreboard. So now a loss here does not eliminate them. They will play a 1-game 163 tomorrow, which means that Tuesday I'll take a day off and Wednesday I'll start the wild card playoffs. I need 1 day. Need a day. That's it for the American League 10-minute ticker. We'll see the National League 10-minute ticker during the Reds-Astros game. Wow. The fans here just let out a huge cheer that Minnesota, they were all Minnesota fans tonight to beat the Rangers. But can the Mariners come back tonight and win it? Like you said, let's see if it gives the M's a spark to get along. That's right. We now go to the bottom of the 7th. The Tigers lead 6-2. And the Mariners now might be a little bit more cautious, the bullpen. But as far as for one game, everybody's on deck. So John Doherty comes out to pitch. And leading off for the Mariners will be Keith Mitchell. Down 6-2. But now the Mariners, if they can come back and win this game, they will be in the playoffs. If not, they're going to play one game against the Rangers tomorrow. And I got to find out where that game's got to be held. I got to check records. Pitch to Mitchell. That's a patient 69 and a fly ball to center field. Coming under it is Samuel, and he makes the play out number 1. One down. Here's Reggie Jefferson. Here's the pitch. And that's a defense 07. That's going to be a problem. Error check to second base. Whitaker's error rating is a 1. Not a chance. He's going to bobble that one. That is an error. And it's going to be a single +1. So Jefferson is going to go around. He's going to head to second, as it looks like. The ball was hit to Whitaker. He throws it into the dugout. Or maybe the ball was hit into the outfield. And Whitaker didn't make the cutoff, so the ball rolled all the way to the plate, and Jefferson took second base on the throw. And the Mariners have a man on second. So that is a single and an error. A single and an E4 on the Tigers. And the Mariners, we'll see if they can do something with it. 1 out. Runner on second here is Felix Fermin. Fans cheering on the M's. They want to see him come back. Not have a game 163. It's all now the Mariners control their own destiny, at least for the next 2.5 innings. Or 2 2/3 innings. Pitch coming. And that's another defense check. 04, that's going to be a problem. It's a range check to right field. Felix's range is an A, but he's not going to get to that. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to be a single for Fermin. It's a 2-base single. Jefferson will score from second. It's 6-3. Six to 3 Mariners. Behind Detroit. Fermin on it first. A 2 on the board. 4D steal rating. He's not going anywhere. The next batter is Dan Wilson. We're in the 7th inning. Mariners going to see if they want to bring somebody else to bat. Wilson bats .213. Now we start looking at pinch hitters. Question is, who's the next catcher? Bill Hasselman or Chris Howard. Not much of a choice, but with a man out, you got to try to get a run in. So I think I think we'll see a pinch hitter here. Let's see who they got. It really doesn't. I can bring in Eric Anthony, but I don't think it matters much. Dan Wilson, however, is 1 for 2. They'll let him hit instead. Dan Wilson will bat. Doesn't need going to the bench. Doesn't mean it's not really going to matter here. I don't think. 1 out. Firmin on it first, and Wilson's a better cat. Wilson's actually. I don't know about timeout. Playing chess against myself. Hold a minute. Timeout. The problem is the bench is really not that. There's only really one good batter on the bench, and I don't know if I want to use him here. Now, Wilson will bat. I'll stick with it. Wilson will bat. Wilson will bat. Here's the pitch. See if you can get a hit. That's another defense check, a 10. A third defense check, and a 10 might not be too good. An error check on John Doherty. His error rating is a 5, 1 to 23, but a 10 on the board. He's going to make an error. And that's a 1-base error. Firmin's going to go to second. Wilson's on first. John Doherty commits a mistake. He bobbles the ball and is unable to get it out of his glove. Wilson makes it to first. They'll call it an error on Doherty. And that is the second error on the Tigers in this inning. 2 errors in the 7th. And now the top of the batting order for Luis Sojo. Now the Tigers are looking at the bullpen, see what they want to do. But be honest, the Tiger bullpen is meh. There are some good batters up there. Doherty is not fatigued yet. He will be next inning. You'd like to see if you can get through this inning, but you play to win the game. And the Tigers are going to do just that as John Doherty's coming out. And coming on to pitch for the Tigers will be Joe Beaver. Doherty pitched beautifully. In line to get the win. Joe Beaver's 9 wins, 2 losses, 3.98 ERA. Runners at first and second for the Mariners. Luis Sojo at bat. A chance here for Seattle to get some runs. It's already 6-3 now. Here's the pitch. It's a ballpark 36. That's a wheelhouse check. Sojo, 29, base hit. That is a single for Sojo. It's a line drive into center field, but none of the runs can score, and the bases are loaded. Bases loaded for Edgar Martinez. A wheelhouse 29 is a single for Sojo against rights. And he just gets it. And now the bases are loaded for Martinez. And yes, he can hit one out. And the fans here at the Kingdom are on their feet. 6-3, Tigers, bottom of the 7th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Martinez does not go into many double plays. They're going to call infield. Detroit's going to call infield in. Martinez on there. Mariners now know if they win, they're in. Joe Beaver pitching. Here it comes. In play, 34, popped up. Oh my, popped up in the infield. First baseman Fielder calling for it. He makes the catch, 2 outs. Oh, popped up. Fans here can't believe it. But now it brings up Junior. And this is the guy you want in this position. Junior, 2 for 3, 2 doubles. A double will clear the bases. A double will cry this game up. Bases loaded. 2 outs now. Still bottom of the 7th. Griffey the batter against Beaver. Beaver pitches. It's a wheelhouse 13. Crack. That ball isn't high. That ball isn't deep. Going. Grand slam. Ken Griffey Jr. It's out of here. The place just exploded. Wheelhouse 13. Griffey hits a grand slam. The Mariners just took the lead. The fans are going bonkers. They can't believe it. I'm looking to make sure I called it right, and it is. Yes. Ken Griffey. Wheelhouse 11, 13, 1-68 homer. Bam! Gone! 7-6 Mariners. And somewhere there are Texas Ranger fans probably just threw up whatever they were eating, who are also watching this game on a TV someplace. Grand slam, Ken Griffey Jr. And the Mariners lead it 7-6. And that's going to be it for Beaver. And the next pitcher is Jay Buhner as Ken Griffey Jr. is getting high-fived all over the place. The game is not over yet, though, but the Mariners have the lead. Coming on to pitch now for Detroit will be Storm Davis. 2 wins, 4 losses. 3.56 ERA as Beaver blows it badly. A good game by Doherty. And now Davis comes in. Nelson, of course, has to leave because he was done in after 7. So Jay Buhner, the batter, and 2 outs. Mariners 7, Tigers 6. In a game, the Mariners absolutely have to have a grand slam by Griffey, but we're not done yet. Pitch to Buhner. It is a tough 73, and it's a fly ball to center. Coming under it will be Samuel, and he makes the catch. But what an unbelievable turn of events. 5 runs, 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 errors. 4 hits. 4 hits and 2 errors on the Tigers. 2 errors. If that's one of the reasons why Mariners just took that lead, 2 extra outs on Detroit's fielding. 2 errors. 7 in the books. 7-6 Mariners. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Cecil Fielder will pitch for Detroit. Will bat for Detroit. Mariners have to go to the bullpen. Now they got to use the pitchers right. The problem is Mariner bullpen is weak, and do I want to give the closer a chance to get 6 outs? The Mariners are going to go ahead and bring in Bobby Ayala. He's the closer. And he is the best pitcher in the bullpen. 4 wins, 3 losses, 2.86 ERA. They're going to see if Ayala can go ahead and get this game done. But he's got to get 6 outs. 7-6 Mariners. Fielder at the bat. Here's the pitch. And it's a tough 90. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Fermin. Throws to first. Out number 1. And now here's Kirk Gibson. I'm taking a look at the battings, and right now there's no need to make any changes. Gibson hits well against either arm. Gibson is 1 for 3, singled in the first. Ayala pitching to Gibson. Here's the pitch. It's another tough. It's a tough 58. That's going to be a base hit. Gibson smacks one into right center field. He will go to first. His second hit of the game. And the next batter is Mickey Tettleton. Gibson not running. 4D steal rating. Will not run. As Brandon Baker now joins me. Waiting for the Reds game. But yeah, you just saw it. And that's not the first time I had a grand slam win a ball game here. But Gibson on at first. Ayala now pitching from the stretch. Tettleton bats .252 against rights. Here's the pitch. And that's a patient 17. That's a walk. And now Detroit has runners at first and second with 1 out. And here's Junior Felix, and he hits either pitcher well. 1 out now. Fans of the Kingdom said, come on, let's get this outs. Let's not give any more runs up. A grand slam. But does it mean anything if the Mariners don't win? Although, it's either they win tonight or they play tomorrow. Here's the pitch to Felix. It's a defense check, 64. A range check to second base. Soho's range is a C. 1-45. 64. He will make the play. And it's a ground ball fielder's choice. He throws to short to get Tettleton out. Gibson does go to third. Felix is on his first. There are 2 outs. It's a fielder's choice. As they try to turn 2 but couldn't do it. Runners at first and third, but now 2 down. And the batter is Chris Gomez. And they're going to bring, and Chris Gomez, center field, only hits .219 against rights. They might bring in a pinch hitter for bat for him. Gomez is the shortstop. So let's see what the Tigers want to do. And they will do that. Gomez is coming out. And coming on to take over at short and bat will be Alan Trammell, who was not in the starting lineup tonight. But Trammell will take over at short. Hall of Famer. Maybe. I don't know. I know he had great years, but I don't know. I don't know. Not entirely sold on that. Trammell bats .254 with 5 homers against rights. Runners at first and third now, 2 outs. Ayala needs 1 big out. 1 big out. Fans in the Kingdom are cheering loud. They know what this pitch could mean. Here's the pitch. It's a patient 49. It's a popped it up in the infield. Popped it up. Calling for it is for Mean. He makes the catch, a pop out to short, inning over. No runs, one hit, a walk, and it stays 7-6. Yes, the Twins did beat Texas, Brandon, which means if the Mariners win, they're in. If not, there'll be game 163 tomorrow between the two. And the Mariners were down 6-2 when the Mariners were down 6-3 when the scoreboard was flashed on the scoreboard at the Kingdome. And the fans went nuts. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Mariners leading 7-6 now. The Tigers are up 6-2. The Mariners have put up 5 unanswered runs. Tino Martinez is the batter. Seattle looking for insurance runs now. And to think we have one more huge game after this one. Storm Davis pitching to Martinez. Bottom of the eighth. Pitch. Tough, 83, and that's a ground ball to second base. Whitaker will get to that. Throws it on to first for out number 1. And now Keith Mitchell. Mitchell is 0 for 3. He does usually bat 262, so they'll keep him in there. Here's the pitch to Mitchell. Tough 20. Struck him out. 2 down. Storm Davis gets a big strikeout. And now a chance for Reggie Jefferson. Jefferson reached on an error, got a base hit, and then made second base on an error. 2 errors for Detroit in the 7th is really the main reason why the Mariners had extra outs to take the 7-6 lead. Now a chance for Jefferson. Pitch from Davis. And tough 13. He goes down on strikes, called strike 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners and the Tigers. Nothing there. 8 innings in the books. 7-6 Mariners. We go to the top of the 9th. And we all know what happens in the 9th inning. Bobby Ayala going to try to get 3 more outs. Mariners lead are 3 outs away from the postseason to play against the Baltimore Orioles in the American League wildcard playoff on Tuesday or Wednesday. Haven't decided yet. Al Red Sox fan joins me at the Kingdome. Welcome, sir. King of the Hill has arrived. Awesome channel. Does everything right. Just like Tabletop Sports Delaware and all you guys out there. Top of the 9th inning, 7-6. Leading off for Detroit is going to be Juan Samuel. The Mariners are 3 outs away from the playoffs. Mariners were up. A scoring recap for you there, Al Red Sox fan. The Tigers were up 6-2 all the way through 6 innings. The Mariners needed a loss by the Mariners and a loss by Texas lost the Twins earlier. So the Mariners were down 6-2 when they found out they flashed the scoreboard with the Rangers losing to the Twins. Since then, after that, the Mariners put 5 runs on the board and now lead at 7-6. Mariners win, they're in, and they'll play a 1-game playoff against the Orioles. And the winner of that playoff faces the White Sox in a best-of-3. But they got to get through this inning. Juan Samuel leads off against Bobby Ayala. He's trying to get a 6-out save. Here's the pitch. 4, patient 08, walk. And Samuel will trot to first. Did you think it would go any other way? Samuel goes to first. And the batter now is Tony Phillips. Samuel, 4C steal rating. He does have 4 on the board. Seattle's catcher is Wilson, has an arm rating of 3. It would be a normal chance for Samuel to steal, down by 1 run. Phillips at the plate, not very good at hit and run, strikes out a lot. I got to see if he attempts to steal here. A normal chance, though. Very difficult. Very tough. Very tough. I'm not going to steal. Phillips is the batter. Samuel will stay at first. Nobody out. Pitch. And that's a ballpark 64. He's hitting from the left side. That is a wheelhouse. And a wheelhouse 59. It's a fly ball, but not deep enough to right field. Coming under it is going to be Buhner. He makes the catch, 1 out. Phillips just got under it. Just got under it with a 59. Got under it. 1 out. Now the batter is Lou Whitaker. And again, Samuel has a steal chance. And now I think we're going to try a hit and run. It's a 3. That tells me you got to try again. So now we're going to see a steal from Samuel. So Samuel's got to try to steal. First, does he get the jump? His steal rating is a 4. And Bobby Ayala's hold rating is a 5. Wow, he might not even get the attempt. Let's find out. It's an 18. He does get the attempt. There goes Samuel. It's a normal chance. Dan Wilson fires to second. He is safe. Samuel gets in there at second base with a stolen base, and the tying run is in scoring position. As SGJ Jamie joins me here at the Kingdome. He is safe. And I'll show you the card. Normal. Safe. He got in. So the tying run's in scoring position for Lou Whitaker. Whitaker is the batter. He hits .304 against rights. Do you walk him and pitch to Travis Fryman? Fryman's not as good a hitter. Does Fryman do double plays? Not really. They're gonna pitch. They're gonna intentionally walk Lou. Well, no, you don't put the go-ahead run on base. No, you pitch. You don't put the go-ahead run on base. Pitch. Ayala will pitch to Whitaker. Here's the big pitch. It's a tough 20. Struck him out. And the fans go nuts. He gets Whitaker on a K. The last chance now for Detroit is Travis Fryman. Tying run on second. Bobby Ayala trying to get a 6-out save. Fryman bats .265 against rights. The batter ahead of him is Fielder. He bats .259 against rights. They will pitch to Fryman. Fans on their feet here at the Kingdome. This is the pitch of the season for the Mariners. Samuel on its second, tying run. Fryman, Bobby Ayala trying to get it. If he's out, the Mariners are going to the playoffs. Everybody's on their feet. pitch coming. It's a patient 19, and they're going to do it again as Fryman is walked. And the go-ahead run is on first base. And they will do it again. A walk to Fryman. Now the go-ahead run is on base, and the batter is Cecil Fielder. Tigers checking the lineup to see if there's anybody better that can hit. The answer is no. Fielder's the best hitter that's on the bench that's available. Fans got quiet. Now they're getting back alive again. Cecil Fielder. Yes, he has power to hit one out. 2 outs. Mariners lead 7-6. There are Ranger fans that are watching watching TV right now. Bobby Ayala against Fielder. Runners at first and second. Again, the pitch of the season for the Mariners. Here's the windup. Here it comes. It's a tough 80. It's a tough 81. Ground ball hit to short. It's picked up by Fermin. He throws to second to get Fryman. He's out of there. Mariners win. Mariners win. They're going to the playoffs. They're all over the field. They're jumping up and down. Mariners win. They beat the Tigers 7-6. They're going to the playoffs. Seattle clinches second place in the American League West. They're in it. I can't believe it. I'll say it just like I saw with, I'll say it again. I'll say it again like they said it years ago. I don't believe what I just saw. M's fans, your Seattle Mariners clinch second place in the American League West. They will play the Orioles in the American League Wild Card Playoff. Bobby Ayala is hoisted, gets a big 6-out save. Mariners were down 6-2. It looked like it was over. No runs. No hits. A couple of walks. I mean, here's the scorebook. Detroit was up 6-2. And then all of a sudden, a 5-run bomb in the 7th. As soon as the Mariners found out that the Rangers had lost, the Mariners took this game. I'll give you the line score here in a second. The fans are going nuts. And the Tigers are going in and giving congratulations to the Mariners, actually, saying what a heck of a game it was. The Tigers are showing great sportsmanship. Detroit had nothing to play for. For the Mariners, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. For the Tigers, 6 runs, 10 hits, and 2 huge errors. 2 big errors. The winning pitcher is Jeff Nelson. He gets the win. The loss goes to Joe Beaver in relief, and the save goes to Bobby Ayala. A 6-out save as Beaver took the loss. And Ken Griffey Jr. has got to be the player of the game with a grand salami that gives the Mariners a 7-6 win here at the Kingdome, and the fans are going up and down in the seats, knowing that the Mariners will live on in the postseason. Timeout for a reset as I now prepare for the second game. But unbelievable, guys. Ken Griffey Jr., grand salami, 7-6 win All I really got to do is just turn over this deck. 7-6 win. And Bobby Ayala gets it done and closes the game out. Mariners 7, Detroit Tigers 6. And the Mariners will play the Baltimore Orioles in the American League Wild Card Playoff. The winner to face the White Sox in the series. Timeout. Chat amongst yourselves for a moment while I go ahead and get ready for, I don't know if this next game is anything like this one. Oh boy, I'm going to be one tired player. Season's over, so everybody's back on the thing. It doesn't matter now. Steeler fan joins me here as we're about to move from the Kingdome to the Astrodome. Steeler fan, please tell me you just watched this too. Please tell me you just watched it. If you didn't, you better catch this game on a replay. You better catch it on a replay, or I'm going to be really mad at you. And I'll have to set up the see first. I don't know yet which game, which means what a win for the Mariners. Go back, about 37 minutes. And every Texas Ranger fan every Ranger fan right now is so disappointed. The Rangers lost to the Twins. The Mariners were down 6-2. The Mariners were down 6-2 when I did the 10-minute ticker of watching Minnesota beat Texas. After that, the Mariners decided to wake up. Unbelievable. Down 6-2. And they come away. And they come away with 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th. And they take it from the Tigers. The Tigers had nothing to play for, but they played hard. And there will be no game 163, as that's good. That gives me a day off tomorrow to prepare for the playoffs. There'll be no baseball game tomorrow. I can tell you that now. Got to make sure I get everybody's playoff rosters set and their rotations, because I got to follow that rule pretty strong, pretty close. What an incredible game. I really didn't think the Mariners were going to come back, but that's how the dice roll sometime. The two errors that hurt, the two errors on Detroit is what absolutely killed them. The two errors that they got in that inning. Two huge errors. You do not give a team extra outs, and Ken Griffey Jr. made them pay for it. Jr. made them pay for it. Now, what happens next? As we are ready to play game number 2 of this final day of the doubleheader. Thank you much, TSD. And a lot more to come. And that's just the ending of the regular season. But it actually doesn't end yet. We got one more game to play, and that is right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Payoff Pitch Baseball. We are at the Astrodome for the final game of this 3-game series and of course the regular season as the Cincinnati Reds take on the Houston Astros. For those of you who just watched an exciting ball game between the Tigers and the Mariners, we switched to another one. What's at stake? Not much, just the National League Central Division title. Both teams at 97 and 64. Whoever wins will move on to the division series and play the Los Angeles Dodgers. Whoever loses, they're already going to be the number 5 spot since Atlanta's already clinched number 4. Whoever loses will host the San Francisco Giants in the National League wildcard playoff. And it will be one game for all the marbles. We will do the National League 10-minute ticker when we get to the midway of the 7th inning, as Brandon Baker says, yep, it's time for now Cincinnati Reds baseball. In the 2 games played between these two, the Cincinnati Reds have outscored Houston 17-8 and have scored runs in the first inning every game. But every game is different, as we can tell. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. It will be Deion Sanders batting first. Barry Larkin is second. Hal Morris is batting third. Kevin Mitchell batting fourth. Reggie Sanders is fifth. Tony Fernandez batting sixth. Brett Boone batting seventh. Eddie Taubensee batting eighth. And the pitcher, Jose Rio, is batting ninth. Defensively for the Astros, Jeff Bagwell on at first base. Craig Biggio on at second. The shortstop is Andujar Cedeno. Ken Caminetti at third. In left field is Luis Gonzalez. Center fielder is Steve Finley. In right field is Kevin Bass. Tony Eusebio behind the plate. And on the mound, the Astros send their ace, Doug Drabek. 12 wins, 6 losses, 2.84 ERA. He is the ace of the Astros. The Reds have also sent their ace up there, Jose Rio. So we got both best pitchers pitching. And I would like to mention that when I start the playoffs, I'm erasing all fatigue. Everybody starts fully ready. So whatever works today, if they pitch on Tuesday or Wednesday, they're fully rested. I'm starting everybody clean slate. Everyone. So that's why I chose these pitchers, because I know you got to have the best ones, and I had to find them. So that's the best way to do. Drabek versus Rio, exactly. Fans here at the Astrodome, they know what's at stake. Some of them were watching TV to see how the Mariners came back on the Tigers. Now they want to see the Astros get a win on the Reds. The Reds have won 2 games in this series. Leading off for Cincinnati will be Deion Sanders. Drabek is a righty. Sanders batted .285. No homers against rights. Top of the first. Here we go in the second game. And it starts with a wheelhouse 68, but that's going to be a ground ball to short. Easily picked up by Cedeno. Throws to first, out number 1. Oh, Drabek got away with that meatball. Oh, that was a bad pitch. Here's Barry Larkin. .277, 6 homers against the rights. 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a patient 90 and ground ball to shortstop again. Cedeno will pick this one up. Throws to first, out number 2. And now Hal Morris. Batted .362, 10 homers against the rights. Drabek sets and deals. And it's another wheelhouse check, and a wheelhouse 48 is a base hit. Morris goes ahead and hits this one into right center field. He will go to first. And Drabek already has thrown 2 fat pitches. Luckily, one was grounded and one was hit into right center. Morris will hold there. That's a base hit. The batter now for Cincinnati is Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell, .319, 21 homers against rights. He was having a very good power year in 1994. Morris, 4C steal rating, will not run. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 35. Got him looking. Caught, strike 3. Kevin Mitchell looked at a good slider, and this time Drabek threw a right pitch, and Mitchell goes down. And for the first time in this series, the Reds do not get any runs in the first. But they did get a hit. No runs and a hit. Both teams come in at 97 and 64. The Reds are 5-1 in payoff pitch play. The Astros are 4-8. I believe I've done the Astros the most of any team in payoff pitch since the restart. Bottom of the first. Starting lineup for the Astros. Steve Finley batting first. Craig Biggio second. Jeff Bagwell batting third. Ken Caminiti batting fourth. Kevin Bass is fifth. Luis Gonzalez is sixth. Tony Eusebio batting seventh. Andujar Cedeno is eighth. And the pitcher, Doug Drabek, is batting ninth defensively for the Reds. Morris is at first base. Boone is at second. Tony Fernandez is at third. Larkin, Hall of Famer, of course, is at short. In left field is Kevin Mitchell. Center field is Deion Sanders. In right field is Reggie Sanders. Behind the plate, Eddie Taubensee, who had a great game last night. And on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds will be Jose Rio. 9 wins, 6 losses, 3.08 ERA. He averaged about 8.9 strikeouts, 2.7 walks, and 0.8 homers per 9. He is the Reds' ace. As I said, everybody's fatigue will be reset. So it's going to be the number 1 pitcher versus the number 1 pitcher, whoever it is, in the American and National League playoff. And then I'll kick it off from there. Yeah, watch it be 13-10 or something. Yep. You said it, Brandon. Don't jinx it. Oh, God. Good thing I got higher counters in the scoreboard, as you guys have noticed. I guess it helped if I put up a batter. Leading off for the Houston Astros will be Steve Finley. He's in center field tonight. He didn't get the calls the last couple of games. Finley bats .306, 10 homers against rights in 94. So here's the pitch to Finley. And that's going to be a tough 87, ground ball to short. Second base, actually. Boone has got it. Throws to first, out number 1. And that will bring up Craig Biggio. .326, 6 homers against the rights. Winner of the game wins the division and will host the NLDS games 1, 2, and 5 against the Dodgers. Loser has to play the Giants in a 1-game playoff before having to face the Braves. And they're going to be a very tough out. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a defense 12. That could not be good. That might not be good. It's a range check to first. Morris's range is a D. He's not going to get it. That's going to be a base hit. It'll be a single for Biggio. He'll hold it first. Base hit for Biggio. 5B steal rating on the board. 11 on the dice will not run, and the batter will be Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell batted .336, 26 homers against rights in 94, 44 total homers. I still say he was gonna get 60. BGO will not run. Here's the pitch to Bags. And that's going to be a tough 0-1. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. 2 down. Perfect pitch by Rio. An 0-1. Perfect pitch. Bagwell definitely should have swung the bat at that. Perfect pitch. And he would have missed it anyway. It was so good. The ball literally, the bottom dropped out of that sinker. And the batter now will be Ken Caminetti. Batted .291, 13 homers against the rights. BGO on it first. Here's the pitch. And that is a 6. That's a tough 32. And struck him out. Caminetti swung and missed at strike 3. Side retired. Rio gets 2 big strikeouts. The Astros as well. No runs and a hit. No score at the end of 1. Everybody here knows that every hit, every pitch is important. And people say baseball's not exciting. They don't know baseball. That's why I love the game. Top of the second. Leading off for the Reds will be Reggie Sanders. Batted .243, 11 homers against rights. No score. Top of the second. Drebeck pitch. And that's an in-play 54. Ground ball to third. Easy pickup by Caminetti. Throws to first. 1 down. So far, definitely a different game than the last 2. Here's Tony Fernandez. .274, 5 homers against the rights. Much different game. Something tells me this is going to go down to the 9th as well. Pitch to Fernandez. And that's a patient 17. That's a base on balls. Fernandez will trot to first. It's a walk. And that will bring up Brett Boone. Boone, .336 average, 10 homers against the rights. Fernandez, a 5C steal rating, 8 on the dice, will not run. Drebeck sets and deals. And it's a tough 29. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. 2 down. Beautiful slider. Boone did not like the pitch. The umpire said, I don't care if you like it or not. You're out of here. Go take a seat. 2 outs. Fernandez will stay at first base and will bring up Eddie Taubensee. Batted .302, 7 home runs against the rights. Taubensee had a very good game last night. He was 3 for 5, 2 singles and a homer. Had a great game last night. But, of course, Eric Hansen got the player of the game as he was just masterful on the mound against the Astros. But so far, that was yesterday. This is now. Pitch to Taubensee. That's a patient 62. Grounded to short. Easy pickup by Cedeno. Throws to second. Inning over. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, but that was it. Bottom of the second coming up, no score. Both teams are in the playoffs. The question is, who's going to be playing probably next week and who's playing either Tuesday or Wednesday? Leading off for the Astros will be Kevin Bass. Bass batted .254, 3 homers against rights. And that is a tough 12. Struck him out. Kevin Bass swung and missed at a low curveball. He'll go back to the dugout. 1 out. Third straight strikeout by Rio. And now Luis Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 275, 7 homers against rights. Pitch on the way. That's a tough 72. Ground ball to short. Easy pickup by Larkin. He has it. Throws to first. That's the second out. And now coming up for the Astros will be Tony Eusebio. Batted 214, 2 homers against rights. For any of you guys that are watching that are not already have a copy of Payoff Pitch Baseball, please take a good look at it. Link is in the comments below. Thank you very much. This is how much fun this game is. Pitch to Eusebio, 2 outs. And that is a tough 61. Struck him out. 1-2-3 inning for Rio. Nothing for Houston. Still no score at the end of 2. We go to the top of the 3rd. For those of you who also watched my History Maker Golf this morning, please check that website out in the comments. History Maker Golf had a great tournament this morning. For those of you who want to catch it, I won't tell you who won it, but it was a good tournament. I was very pleased with the ending. History Maker Golf from play.com. Payoff Pitch Baseball from sidelinestrategies.com. Top of the 3rd, Jose Rio, the pitcher, leading off. He uses hitting card number 9, so he actually has some ability to hit. Pitch coming, and that is going to be a patient 30, and it's going to be a base hit for Dre. It's going to be a base hit for Rio. It's a single. That is a single for Rio. He's going to go to first. The pitcher gets in the act. Rio gets a base hit. He got it off of Drebeck. As soon as I get 1990, I'll get it for certain. I don't know if he's going to ever do. I hope he does 1990 one year. That was a good season. So Rio on it first. The batter now is Deion Sanders. Rio, of course, run rating 3 steal. He ain't going to run. Neither Drebeck or Rio have wild pitch ratings, so we don't have to worry about that. So here's the pitch to Sanders. Sanders is 0 for 1. And that is a tough 96 fly ball to right. Bass is going to get to that. And that is out number 1. And Rio stays at first. Here's Larkin. Larkin also 0 for 1. Pitch on the way. A tough 83. Ground ball to short. Larkin's double play rating's a 6. 9 on the board. The throw goes to second, and that's all they're going to get. They cannot turn 2. Larkin will be safe at first, but there are 2 outs on the fielder's choice. And now here's Hal Morris. 5A steal rating for Larkin. He will not go. Morris singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Well, Strat, APA, History Maker Baseball has it. What about the Inside Pitch? Do they have 1990? Or Fall Classic Baseball? Have you checked those guys out? I think Inside Pitch does have 90. Do they? Not sure. Inside Pitch, Fall. What about? You would have been on that a second if Inside had it. What about Fall Classic? Although a Fall Classic Baseball, Jester went in and pushed it a lot. For me, I thought it had too many charts. 2 outs. Larkin on it first. Morris now the batter. Here's the pitch from Drebeck. And it's a tough 31. Struck him out. Drebeck gets a big strikeout on Morris. And puts this inning into the books. No runs. 1 hit. So far, we got a good game going. No score. I don't think Pine Tar doesn't have many seasons at all. We only have a few. That's one of the reasons why I decided not to go with Pine Tar. At least Payoff Pitch had about close to 30 seasons, which I have them all, by the way, except for 2012 and 2014. He's got to reconvert them to the new printer. Then I can order them. His next season he's working on is 1986, which of course is my favorite season. We go to the bottom of the third. Still no score here in this game between the Reds and the Astros. Leading off for Houston will be Andujar Cedeno. Batted .252, 6 homers against rights. Yeah, I have them all. Remember, I'm also doing a 1921 replay with Anthony at Bleacher Bums. He does the Yankees, the American League, and Babe Ruth. I do the Cardinals, Rogers Hornsby, and the National League. And when we both get done with that, I don't care how long it takes, a year or two, I don't care, we're going to combine for World Series. He will do games at the American League ballpark. I'll do games at the National League ballpark. That's the plan. Who knows if we'll ever get it that far, but we'll see. I work at his pace. I don't go ahead of him. He does a game than I do. I have no rush. I'm very patient. And I have all the HMG courses, at least from play. I don't have them all downloaded from the community, which I'm not going to do. But if there is a course that I do want, I will download it. Back to baseball. Bottom of the third, Andujar Cedeno. Pitch coming. Rio's pitch. That is an 876, and that's a fly ball to center. Easy catch by Deion Sanders, 1 out. And now that brings up the pitcher, Doug Drabeck. He uses hitting card number 11, so he's also a good hitter. Here's the pitch to Drabeck, pitcher to pitcher. It's a tough 84, down on strikes easily. Struck him out, 2 down. As Drabeck heads back to the dugout. Top of the order, here's Steve Finley. Finley grounded out his last time up. Pitch on the way. And that is a tough 59 fly ball to left. Kevin Mitchell's going to see this one. And he makes it. And another 1-2-3 inning for the Stros. Much different game than the last two. 3 innings of the books. We are still scoreless. Timeout. Yeah, I checked out a little bit of that scoreboard baseball from Inside Sports. I took it out. Looked pretty interesting. I know it's more in-depth and simple than the quick results dice. You're correct. It's more inning by results. You're right about that. It's more in-depth than the quick results. But, the quick results is just a way to go ahead and simulate the world in the background. And I actually preferred that. 1 roll and it's done. You can do that. Replay baseball has fast score baseball, which works on one roll as well. They have something there, fast score baseball, which is not a bad thing from Replay Sports. I just don't like the replay system. I don't like the replay system for cards and dice. Just, again, charts. No charts. This game here, Payoff Pitch Baseball. When do I refer to a chart? Once every, 10 or 20 rolls? I got the fact cards. Pretty much virtually eliminates the charts. And 1 roll from the dice is all it takes. That's one thing about Inside Pitch. Charts. I don't want no charts. Appa Baseball. Charts. Stratomatic. Charts. And a 50-50, which I really don't like. Great systems, all of them. Great systems. And all very realistic. They all are. They all are very realistic, and they play great baseball. Just my choice. That's just my opinion. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Still no score between the Reds and the Astros. Here's Kevin Mitchell. Leading off the top of the 4th, he struck out his last time up. Much different game than the last two. Here's the pitch. Both these teams know what's at stake. Ballpark 66, that's in play. In play 40 for Mitchell, and that's a popped up in the infield. Third baseman Caminetti's going to call for that. He makes the catch, out number 1. Here's Reggie Sanders. Sanders grounded out last time up. Astrodome pretty neutral. 1-51 right hand, 1-54 left. Combined 105. Pretty neutral. Neutral park. Here's the pitch to Sanders. And that is a tough 43. Struck him out. Sanders heads back. And that is strikeout number 4 for Drabek. And now Tony Fernandez, who's also had a pretty good series himself. Fernandez last night was actually 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double, and reached on base via an error. But again, that was last night. This is tonight. One game for all the marbles. Here's the pitch. Tough 69, and that's a ground ball to second base. Picked up by Biggio, throws to first, and a 1-2-3 inning again on the Reds. Bottom of the 4th coming up. And here's Craig Biggio for the Astros. He's the only one that has a hit. Jose Rios pitched a 1-hitter so far. And Biggio's the only one with it. And that's a ballpark 84. That's in play. And in play 31 is going to be a single for Biggio. He has his second hit of the night. Biggio goes to first, and he'll hold there. And the batter is Bagwell. 5B steal rating. Biggio looking to steal. Talbotsy's arm is a 4, so it'd be a B4. It would be an excellent chance. Biggio's going to try to steal. Steal rating is a 5. Hold rating for Rio is a 10. Doesn't hold very well. 0 to 77, he steals. 78 and higher, Rio gets a try to pick him off. 48, Biggio on the way. It's an excellent chance. Throw down a second. He is safe. Close play, though. Biggio steals second base. Talbotsy couldn't get him out, but it was pretty close. Very good and excellent were both safe. Biggio had to slide to get under the tag, and it was good. Go it. Scoring runner in scoring position. And Bagwell at the plate. Bagwell struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 61. And fly ball to right field. Coming under it is Sanders. He's going to make the catch. 1 out. And because it's a tough, Biggio cannot run from second. He holds. 1 man out. And the batter will now be Ken Caminetti. He struck out his last time up also. Biggio still on at second. Now Caminetti the batter. Pitch coming. That's a tough 21. Struck him out. What a big K on Caminetti. Second time he struck out. 6 strikeout for Rio. 2 down. And now Kevin Bass. Bass also struck out earlier. As I said, all batters and players' fatigue is reset. Everyone will be fresh for the first playoff games. Makes it easier for me to keep track of players for rotation, for pitching rotation and relief. Here's the pitch. And that is an 8. That is a tough 87 to Bass, and it's grounded to short. Picked up by Larkin, throws to first, side retired. Runner stranded at second. And that is all. No runs and a hit for the Astros. Still scoreless after 4. We go to the top of the 5th. Doug Drabeck will now pitch to Brett Boone. Struck him out his last time up. Fans here at the Astrodome chewing on what's left of their fingernails in this game so far. Who gets the rest and who gets to play in 1 or 2 days? I'll make that decision after the 10-minute ticker as well. Here's the pitch, so you guys can tow. That's an in-play 73, fly ball to center. Coming under it is Finley. And he gets it, 1 out. Neither pitcher wanting to give an inch. And here's Eddie Taubensee. Grounded out his last time up. Pitch coming. And that's a tough 40. And base hit for Taubensee. As he smacks this one down the right field line. That's going to bounce off the wall. Taubensee heading for 2. He will get it. It's a double. He gets a double off of Drabeck. Now the Reds have a runner in scoring position. And it brings up the pitcher, Jose Rio. And he will try to sacrifice Taubensee over. Or do you let him hit away? He hit a singles last time up, but you can't always count on that. There's no chance of a double play unless he lines out. They'll let him hit. Not going to sacrifice, I think, with 1 out, because Taubensee can score from second on a 2-out single either anyway. There's no need to move him over. They'll pitch to Rio. Rio will bat, will swing away. Who knows? He might get a hit. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a tough 56. Well, not a hit there. That's a K. 2 outs. You also take a chance of a pop-up and a double play. I think I made the right choice on that. 2 outs. And now the batter is Deion Sanders. Eddie Taubensee will score on a single from 2. Or from second, I should say. 2 outs. Deion Sanders is 0 for 2 as well. Now Drabeck trying to get out this inning. Here's the pitch. And that's a tough 64. Fly ball to left. Gonzalez getting under it. Pats his glove. Makes the catch. Side retired. No runs, but a hit. Still no score in this National League Central Championship game. Who's going to be the hero in this one? Right now it's the pitchers as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Luis Gonzalez bats for Houston. Oh for 1, like everybody else except for Biggio. Pitch to Gonzalez. And that is a patient 41. Gonzalez gets a walk. He will go to first. Gonzalez holds 5C steal rating. 7 on the dice, will not run, but a leadoff runner is on. And the batter is Tony Eusebio. He will hit away. Rio has too many toughs, and Eusebio strikes out a lot against righties. So they're going to have to see if he gets a hit. Pitch from Rio. And tough 50. Struck him out. 1 down. Eusebio heads back to the dugout. 9 on the dice. Gonzalez will not think about running. And now it'll be up to Andujar Cedeno. Pitcher due up after him. We're still in the 5th inning, though. Runner at first. Pitch from Rio. And that's a patient 55. And that's a ground ball to third. Cedeno's double play rating 6. 7 on the dice. Throw goes to second. They will not turn 2. Cedeno is safe. 2 outs. But Gonzalez is out. Fielder's choice. But now it's the pitcher, Doug Drabek, who's got to make a big hit here. He uses hitting card number 11. Astro fans, all sweating bullets. And all their fingernails are gone, I think. Pitch from Rio. And that's a tough 67. Down he goes on strikes easily. Side retired. No runs, no hits, a walk. 5 in the books. Still no score. What a contrast from the 2 games we're playing. The Mariners won that game 7-6. This game is scoreless after 5. With Payoff Pitch Baseball, you get everything. You get all sorts of games, and you get great games. And if anybody says they don't enjoy that first game I just played, they don't know anything about baseball. We go to the top of the 6th. Doug Drabek pitching to pretty much the heart of the order for the Reds. Here's Barry Larkin. Larkin got on a fielder's choice last time. He's 0 for 2. Pitch from Larkin. To Larkin. That is a defense check, 78. Error check to shortstop. Cedeno's error rating is a 1. 78 on the dice. 1-55 on the card. Not a problem. Cedeno's got it. Throws to first. Out number 1. Great play by Cedeno. As he flashes a little leather. And the next batter is Hal Morris. Morris is 1 for 2. Got a single in the first inning. You had me at Wheelhouse 13. Here's the pitch. It's a patient 11. That's going to be a base on balls. Morris is going to get on base for the second time. Second time tonight he's on base. 4C steal rating. 8 on the dice. Will not run. And now a chance for Kevin Mitchell. 1 out. Top of the 6th. Drabek with the pitch. That's a tough 49. Struck him out. Kevin Mitchell goes down. Another big strikeout by Drabek. 2 outs. Fans enjoying it. But they want to see the Astros take the lead somewhere. Meanwhile, Reds fans, there are Reds fans in the stands, and they're all red, and they're all wearing those gray Cincinnati road jerseys, which I like. I always liked the Reds uniforms; they were always cool. Reggie Sanders, the batter, and of course the Astros always had. But yes, people, 1970s Astros rainbow jerseys, best uniforms ever. Sorry, best uniform ever. The Astros rainbow jerseys. Best uniform ever. Second best uniform, my Mets racing stripes jerseys from the 80s. But got to give it to the Astros. Best uniforms in history. Reggie Sanders, 0 for 2. Morris on at first. Pitch from Drabek. That's a defense check, 23. That could be a problem. Error check to shortstop. Cedeno's error rating a 1. 23, 1-55. That's going to be a bobble. He's going to error that one. And that's going to be a single +1. So Reggie Sanders gets a base hit and probably throws it into Cedeno. Cedeno makes a misplay on the ball. It will move Morris over to third, and Sanders will go to second. Huge error on Cedeno. Single and an E6. First error on the Astros. And they've had their fill of them in this series. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. A huge error, and now the batter is Tony Fernandez, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Two outs. Another error on the Astros. They had 2 last night, and they had 3 the night before. 6th error in 3 games. Now can Draybeck get Fernandez out? Could what happened to what the Tigers happened to the Astros? Runners second and third. Here's the pitch. And that is a patient 27, and it's a walk. Fernandez goes to first. And now the bases are juiced for Brett Boone. Boone has been quiet. He's 0 for 2. Now the fans here in the Astrodome say, can't believe it. Bases loaded, no place to put Boone. 2 outs. Big pitch here from Draybeck. Can he get Boone, or will Boone go ahead and finally put the Reds on the board? Draybeck from the stretch. Here it comes. It's a tough 34. Struck him out. Struck him out, and the fans go nuts. Tough 34 is a strikeout against righties, and the Reds leave him loaded. Second strikeout for Boone. No runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, and an error. Still no score. Unbelievable there. Draybeck might have thrown the pitch of his life on that one. Timeout. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tied at 0. Draybeck and Rio getting out of jams, both of them. Top of the batting order for the Astros. Here's Finley. Pitch to Finley. And that's ballpark 56. Batting from the left side. That is in play. In play 57. And that's a fly ball to left. Coming under it is Mitchell. And he gets to it. Out number 1. And the batter now is Biggio. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles. He's the only Astro player to get hits off of Rio. Draybeck gets out of it. Somebody's sweating. Greg Biggio, the batter. 1 out, pitch from Rio. And that is a tough 85. He's not going to get a hit this time. That's a ground ball to short. Larkin's got that one. Throws to first, out number 2. And now Bagwell. Bagwell 0 for 2. 2 outs. Pitch coming. That's a tough 72, and that's a ground ball hit to second base. Picked up by Boone. Throws to first. Side retired. 1, 2, 3. Neither pitcher giving an inch Another 3 up, 3 down. Still no score. We go to the top of the 7th. Timeout. Bottom of the order coming up for the Reds. Here's Eddie Taubensee. He did have a double today. He's been hot. He's the guy actually with the hot bat. He's now 4 for 7 in his last 4 for 7 last at bats. He's been the hot hand for the Reds so far in this series. Pitch from Drabek. And that is a patient 0-1. He's going to draw a base on balls, and he'll make first base again. A walk to Taubensee. He'll be on first. And that brings up the pitcher, Jose Rio. You're in the 7th inning. His fatigue rating is 8. You're going to sacrifice here. You're going to keep Rio in there. He's been unhittable, except for Biggio. They're going to sacrifice. Although a 3 is on the dice, a 5 to 12 is on there. I think you sacrifice here still. You sacrifice. His bunt rating is an A, so he's got a very good chance to sacrifice. And he does. It's an SH. He sacrifices this. He sacrifices it as he hits it right back to Drabek. He's got it. Throws to first. Out number 1. Taubensee will go to second. Successful sacrifice. And you still keep Jose Rio in the game. And now with a runner on scoring position, here's Deion Sanders. All Rise Baseball Cards joins me tonight. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Welcome to the Astrodome. What is this? This is Payoff Pitch Baseball. Taubensee on its second. Deion Sanders at first, at the plate. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. No score between the Reds and the Astros. Pitch on the way. And that's going to be a ballpark 79. That's in play. In play 11. And base hit for Deion Sanders. It's a single. Sanders gets a base hit. 1 out, got to check it. And that's going to be a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder. The runner on second has to hold at third. He will not score. Taubensee holds at third. Thank you for joining me there, All Rise. Taubensee does not score, holds at third. Runners at first and third, and 1 out. It was hit sharply, but not enough to get the run to come in. And now the batter is Barry Larkin. Larkin does not, and the Astros will call the infield in. They cannot take any chances on a double play chance. So infield is in. I'll get the infield in chart ready. So I pretty much know already is. I got to create my own little chart. Although I'm waiting for Joe Bryan. He's updating the rules and the charts. So we're going to see couple of new interesting whacks for payoff pitch, I think. 1 out. Runners at first and third. Astros infield in. Doug Drabek pitch. And that's a tough 90. And it's going to be a ground ball to short. It's a 6. It's a 6. Play is picked up by Cedeno. He throws to the plate, and Taubensee is out of there. Runner on third, out at home. Runners do advance, but there are 2 outs. Cedeno throws out Taubensee. as the infield in works. So it goes as a fielder's choice. And now the batter is Hal Morris. Doug Drabeck gives Cedeno a pat on the back for that one and said, you pretty much just made up for the error you just caused. The error you caused in the last inning, but we're not out of it yet. Hal Morris will bat now. He's 1 for 2. Single, walk, and struck out. 2 outs. Can Drabeck get out of this inning? Runners at first and second. Pitch to Morris. And that's a patient 33. Base hit for Morris. That is a single. Sanders will score from second. Larkin goes to third. And the Reds are first to break through 1-0. The Reds are first to get through on a patient 33, and Morris is first to get it done. And now 1-0 Reds. Larkin on at third. The batter now is Kevin Mitchell. Big RBI by Hal Morris. Still 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's a patient 69. Base hit for Mitchell. He gets a single. Larkin will score. Morris run rating 7 goes to third. Mitchell to first. 2-0 Reds. It's like when one guy hits a score, somebody else right behind him does it. 2-0 Cincinnati. As Kevin Mitchell, another patient, a patient 69, good enough for a base hit. Scores a run, 2-0 Reds now. And runners still at first and third again, now for Reggie Sanders. They're going to talk to Doug Drabeck. They don't want to take him out yet. But this is probably going to be his last inning if they can just get done with it. The Astros do not want to go ahead and bring in a reliever just to get 1 out. Still plenty of baseball left to go, but runners at first and third. Sanders the batter. I think if Drabeck allows another run, I will take him out. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 0-3. That's a strikeout. Drabeck gets Sanders to go down on strikes. But the damage is done. 2 runs on 3 hits, a sacrifice, and a walk. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Reds lead 2-0. Timeout. For station identification, this is the RJL 518. Brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. For those of you who've been watching these games, I'm pretty sure some of you might have some indigestion. I'll be right back. We now go to the 10-minute ticker for the National League. Thing about it is, none of these games are meaningful. But we'll see how the league will finish up tonight in the senior circuit. Pittsburgh at Chicago Cubs. They are first, and that's going to be a win for the Pirates. They beat the Cubs 8-5. And a win for Pittsburgh. Atlanta taking on Montreal. I was going to schedule this game up, but they were already clinched their respective positions. And the Braves finally get a win. They shut the Expos out 3-0. Atlanta finally gets a win, and they have 100 wins for the year. So Montreal finished with 105 wins. Atlanta finished with 100 wins. That just shows you how good those two teams were. Cincinnati at Houston were playing. Florida at Philadelphia. And that is an 8. And that is a win for the Phillies. They win that game 9-5. The Marlins actually didn't finish that badly. They finished with a record of 78-84. They actually didn't finish badly. They actually had a winning. They had a winning restart. San Diego at Colorado, what might have been for the Rockies. They fall up short of the Giants. The Giants swept them out. And that's a win for the Rockies. They beat the Padres 6-1. Tough year for the Padres. Pretty much the worst team in baseball. Them and the Angels both finished with 63 wins. San Francisco, Los Angeles. Who knows? These two teams could meet again in the playoffs. That's a 5-3 win for the Dodgers. So they beat the Giants. So like the American League East, the National League East finishes their top two teams have losing records. The Dodgers finished 79-83. So both West champions had losing records. How bad were those West? How bad was the West? You mean how bad? How was the West? How the West was done in 1994? They were garbage. Cardinals and Mets. Can my Mets finish on a win? No. Cardinals win that game. What is it? 8-4. Yeah. And my Mets limp into the offseason. And my Mets finished with a record of 75-87. They started the restart 3 games under 500, and they finished 8 games under 500. They just were not good. That's it for the National League and the American League 10-minute ticker. If your teams won and had a good ending of the season, congratulations. If they didn't, well, guess what? There are no more tomorrows. You got to wait till next year or the next season we do. It's what I did is I just add the if you take like here, like for instance, if it was a 4-4 tie, I just take these two, add them up, and add it to the team that won. So the Cardinals and the Mets tied at 4. 3 + 1 is 4. So final score 8-4. That's all. That's one way you could do it. I mean, he actually has rules for the dice for scoring. I don't care. To me, it's just wins and losses all I want. That's how I do it. Anybody can do it either way. It works. All you really want is the quick results charts, which he has for every season. So I can do quick results for any season, even for ones he doesn't have. Okay, that's done. That was our last quick results for the year. No more. All games now will be played out. And we're going to do the playoffs per series. I'm not going to stagger them. We do one series at a time. And there will be a game played every day. All right. And on days when there's travel, all right, I'll just state that they traveled, had a travel day in between. Until I get to the World Series. Okay. Until I get to the World Series, then I'll have a day in between the series games. Anyway, back to our game. Bottom of the 7th inning. Reds leading the Astros 2-0. Winner here wins the National League Central. The Reds came into this series against Houston 3 games back. The Reds have won 2 games back. The Astros, all they had to do was win 1 game. The Reds destroyed them in the first 2 games. Now a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 7th. But this game is far from over. Here's Ken Caminetti leading it off for the Astros. Jose Rio has been a monster tonight. Nowhere near done. Seeding on the line. Both teams are in the playoffs. Question is, who will wait till the National League Division Series and who will play in a playoff game either Tuesday or Wednesday? And as a matter of fact, before timeout, I want to make a decision on that real quick while I got your attention. And the number 6 team is Seattle in the American League with 70 I didn't move. There was 70 wins. I didn't change them, so I got to. So 70 wins. Did I do Detroit? No. With 70 wins. And the Baltimore Orioles have 93 wins. Both these teams have 97 wins. Because the home team in the National League has more wins than the home team in the American League playoff will be first. Therefore, Tuesday, it will be the Oakland Athletics versus the Baltimore Orioles. Wednesday will be the San Francisco Giants versus either the Reds or the Astros. So the American League playoff game will be first. And I'll post, I will go ahead and post the lineups for those games in Payoff Pitch Gamers Network. So Ken Caminetti is the batter. Here's the pitch from Rio. And that's going to be an in-play 49, and that's a ground ball to third. Picked up by Fernandez. Throws to first. Out number 1. Is that the first time I've called his name? Yeah. First time Fernandez made a play. 1 out. And now the batter is Bass. Bass is 0 for 2. Pitch coming. And it's an 8. And that is a tough 82. Grounded to short. Larkin's going to get this one. Throws to first. Out number 2. And now Luis Gonzalez. As Larry Harris joins me today. Come on, Reds, he says. There we go. Two outs. Pitch to Gonzalez now. And that is a patient 62. Fly ball to left. Coming under it is Mitchell. And he makes the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for the Astros, and it stays 2-0 at the end of 7. We go to the top of the 8th. Doug Drabeck is due to bat third. The Astros want to see if he can go one more inning before they take him out. Mungo Jerry 311 joins me here at the Astrodome. Thank you all, everyone. I do ask you, of course, to please smash that like button for me if you could through the turnstiles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tony Fernandez is the batter. They're going to let Drabeck pitch one more inning. He's not fatigued yet. They really don't want to take him out. He is due to bat third. Oh, the name is Mark. Okay. Welcome aboard, Mr. Mark. Pleasure to have you here. Yes, I know. You're named after the Summertime Group. I know. I do know that song. I love it. 2 out. Top of the 8, 2-0. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a tough 48 on Fernandez. Popped up in the infield. Calling for it is going to be Cedeno. And he makes the catch. Out number 1. And the batter is Brett Boone. I love that song. That was great. Awesome song. What are you talking about? Great song. Here's Boone. Boone is 0 for 3. Drabek with the pitch. And that's going to be a tough 0-9. Got him looking. Called strike 3. 2 down. Boone didn't like the call there, but the umpire said, hey, that was a beautiful slider, man. Go take your seat. You're out. Big strikeout from Drabek. Boone has struck out 3 times tonight. And now the batter is Eddie Taubensee. And he's had a pretty good night. He's 1 for 2, but he's been on base twice, a double and a walk. Taubensee, maybe the player of the series, even though Jose Rio right now looking like player of the game. 2 men down. Drabek. Can he make a final pitch? Here's the pitch to Taubensee. That's going to be a defense check. 0-5. That's not good. Range check to third base. Caminetti ranges C. Not a chance. That's going to be a hit. That's going to be down the line, as a matter of fact. That's going to be a double for Eddie Taubensee as it gets past Caminetti. Not a chance. Taubensee will go to second. His second double of the night. He has been unbelievable in this series. Taubensee will hold at second. And now the batter is the pitcher, Jose Rio. With 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. And he's got to pitch the bottom of the 8th. Oh, wow. Do we go for a pinch hitter? I think in this case, Rio's done his job. You go for a pinch hitter and turn it over to the bullpen. He's been excellent, but you got to get that run. And if there was no runners on base, I'd pitch him. That's going to be it for Rio. He is done. He will come out, but he pitched beautifully tonight. They'll turn it over to the bullpen. Even though we can hit, but you got a big run there on second base that you got to try to bring in. Let's see who's going to bat. And it's going to be Thomas Howard. Howard will come on and bat against Drabek. Howard bats .273, 5 home runs against rights. However, last night, Thomas Howard had 2 homers in the game last night. So Howard can definitely hit one. He had 2 dingers in the game. Now with 2 outs. And Drabek, and they're going to give the Astros the opportunity to make a change if they want. And that's going to be it for Drabek. They're going to go to the bullpen as well. And they'll bring in a lefty on Thomas Howard. And it's going to be Mike Hampton. So that's it for Drabek. So both pitchers are done. What a game. Hampton's a lefty. It turns Howard around, and he bats .214 against lefts. Hampton can pitch innings 8 and 9. Now the question is, do I want to burn a pinch hitter for the Reds? Let me see. Do I want to burn a pinch hitter? The answer is yes. They're going to call Howard back. And they're going to bring in Brian Dorsett. He will bat now. He bats 284 against lefts, and he also has 74 at bats against lefties. So I can break him in there. So they call back Howard. Brian Dorsett will bat, and this now we have to make a pitch. So Mike Hampton will pitch to Dorsett because Dorsett hits better against lefts. Got to play a little chess against myself. Talbin's on at second, 2 outs, top of the 8th. Mike Hampton now pitching. Big pitch, big insurance run on second. Here it is. And that's going to be a tough 10 and struck him out. Mike Hampton comes through with a big K on Dorsett. And that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, a double. But that is all for the Reds. Still 2-0. Leading off for the Astros is Tony Eusebio. The Reds will bring out a new pitcher. And they're going to bring out Johnny Ruffin, who's very good against who is a right-hander, and Eusebio has issues against right-handed pitching. Johnny Ruffin, 7 wins, 2 losses, 3.09 ERA. He will pitch to Eusebio in the bottom of the 8th. Now, do the Astros want to make a change to go against him? And the answer is going to be Eusebio's a catcher. Scott Service can come in and catch. And the Astros will do it. So Eusebio will come back. So he will done. Scott Service will take over at catcher, but he is not going to be the batter. And the batter is going to be Chris Donalds. I think Chris Donalds will be the batter. He bats 286 against rights. So Johnny Ruffin will pitch to Chris Donalds here to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Scott Service will take over at catcher. And I'll write down his ratings. It's a C44. As Eusebio is out and Service is now in, as he'll take over. Pitch to Donalds to start the bottom of the 8th. And that's going to be a patient 87, and that's a fly ball to right. Coming under it is going to be Sanders, and he makes the catch for out number 1. As Donalds just did not make a good shot there. Next up is Andujar Cedeno. He will bat. 1 out. Yeah, the cookie cutter ashtrays. 3 Rivers. Riverfront was a cookie cutter. Veterans Stadium was a cookie cutter. Busch Stadium was a cookie cutter. Even Cleveland Municipal Stadium was a cookie cutter. There are so many cookie cutter stadiums out there. Awful. And the Vet was maybe the worst ballpark. I would say the Veterans Stadium was the worst ballpark in history, but Tropicana Field has taken that from them. That's the worst ballpark ever. When if a ball hits a catwalk and the ball is in play, I got a real issue with that. How Major League Baseball approved that stadium for play, I don't know. Did I say Cleveland Stadium? I'm sorry, not Cleveland Stadium. Jeez. Cookie cutters were Riverfront, the Vet, 3 Rivers, and Busch. Those are the 4 cookie cutter stadiums, I think. I think there was one more. Oh, well. 1 out. Here's the pitch of Cedeno. Play ball. That's going to be an in-play 56. That's a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Fernandez. He throws to first, out number 2. And Mike Hampton due to bat. They'll bring him back here. The pitcher is due up. So they will bring in another pinch hitter to go up against him. And it's going to be James Mooten, who will bat against Johnny Ruffin. He has the most at-bats against rights. I actually really should use him, even though his average is not that great. James Mooten will go up against Johnny Ruffin. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Pitch. And that's going to be an in-play 45. Ground ball to first. Easily picked up by Morris. He'll take it himself. Side retired. And the Reds are now 3 outs away from winning the National League Central in a sweep at Houston. But we still got 1 more inning to play. 8 in the books. 2-0 Reds. We go to the top of the 9th. The Astros will have a new pitcher, and it's going to be Todd Jones. 5 wins, 2 losses, 2.72 ERA. Top of the batting order for the Reds, it will be Deion Sanders leading off. Jones is really Astros' best relief pitcher, and he has 5 saves. Top of the 9th. Jones trying to keep it 2-0 to give the Houston a chance in the bottom of the 9th to tie it or win it. Pitch to Sanders. And that's going to be a tough 65. That's a fly ball to left. Coming under it is Gonzalez. He makes the catch. It's out number 1. And now the batter is Barry Larkin. Larkin is actually 0 for 4 tonight. 2 fielder's choices and 2 ground outs. Larkin at the plate. Jones sets and deals. And that's going to be a tough 79. Fly ball to center. Under it is Finley. 2 outs. And now Hal Morris. Morris is 2 for 3. 2 singles, a walk, and a strikeout. Jones looking to keep it 2-0, give the Astros a chance. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 0-5. Struck him out. And the Astros keep it 2-0. 3 up and 3 down by Jones. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Astros bring up the top of the order. Nobody's left the Astrodome. They still think Astros can do it. The Astros are going to go to their closer, and that's going to be Jeff Brantley. 6 wins, 6 losses, 2.48 ERA. Brantley's going to come in and try to close it for the Reds to win the NL Central. Steve Finley leads off for the Astros. 2-0, bottom of the 9th. Brantley sets and deals. Here we go. Will we see 9th inning magic? And it's going to be a tough 32. Struck him out. Finley goes down on strikes. And the Reds are 2 outs away from a division title. Next up is Craig Biggio. How good has been the Reds pitching tonight? The only 2 hits of the game were done by Biggio. Reds pitching has done a 2-hitter tonight. Biggio, the batter, needs to get on base. Brantley with the pitch. And that's a tough 84. And that's a ground ball hit to short. Larkins got it. Focuses. Throws to first. 2 outs. 1 out away from a division title. And the last chance for Houston is Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. He's the last chance for the Astros. If he gets on base, it continues. If he doesn't, the Astros will host the San Francisco Giants on Wednesday for the National League playoff wild card for the right to play the Braves in the wild card series. Jeff Brantley gets on, looks in the sign. Bagwell in there, wants to get a hit. Here it comes. It's a patient 0-3, and Bagwell draws a walk. And he goes to first, and the suspense continues. Base on balls. And now the batter is Ken Caminetti. And if you're wondering, yes, he can hit the homer. Bagwell, 4B, not even thinking about stealing. So we'll do it again. Bagwell will score on a double. Caminetti now at the plate. Brantley sets and deals again. Here we go. Do the Reds win a division title? It's a 7-tough 75 pop fly out into center field. Coming under it is Deion Sanders. Measures it, looks at it, in the glove, block, ball game. Cincinnati Reds, 1994 National League Central Division champions. The Reds sweep the Astros in all 3 games in payoff pitch. And win it here, shutting the Astros out 2-0. The Cincinnati Reds are the champions of the 1994 National League Central Division in the restart. No runs, no hits, a walk, and that's it for the Astros. I'll give you a final line score here. For the Reds, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Astros, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Jose Rio gets the win. Doug Drabek the loss, a tough loss for Drabek. Jeff Brantley, Ruffin gets a hold, and Jeff Brantley picks up a save. As the Cincinnati Reds take a 2-0 win over Houston. So the Reds 98 wins, 65. The Astros lost 5 straight since I created this sheet. The Reds won 5 games in a row. The Astros lost 5 games in a row. Some by quick results. So you'll see me go ahead and get the standings set. So the Cincinnati Reds are number 2, and Houston is number 5. So the Cincinnati Reds win the National League Central, and they will play the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League Division Series. Meanwhile, the Astros will be home on Wednesday to host the San Francisco Giants in the National League wildcard playoff. And to win there, then they will have to travel to Fulton County. Whoever wins that game travels to Fulton County Stadium for a best-of-3 against the Braves. And the winner there, between the Braves and there, will play the Montreal Expos. In the American League, which I didn't mark Seattle here. So don't leave me just yet, guys. So in the American League, the Seattle Mariners, with an unbelievable come-from-behind win tonight. Please check that game out earlier in the stream if you didn't. The Mariners at number 6, they will travel to Oriole Park at Camden Yards to play the Baltimore Orioles. The winner of that game will then go to Comiskey Park for a best-of-3 against the Chicago White Sox. Then the winner there will play the Cleveland Indians in a best-of-5 NLDS. Meanwhile, the Oakland Athletics will play a best-of-5 against the New York Yankees in the other NLDS. So those are your 6 playoff teams, and we got 2 one-game playoffs coming up Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday, it'll be the Seattle Mariners versus the Baltimore Orioles, and Wednesday, the San Francisco Giants versus the Houston Astros. I will not play tomorrow. I'm going to take a night off. I'll post final standings and Payoff Pitch Gamers Network, and of course the playoff tree. And I got to get the 26-man rosters ready now for the remaining teams and their rotations. I'm going to use 4-man rotations. I really don't believe I'm using people on 3 days rest. So I'm not going to use 3-man rotations. At least I'm going to try. I'm going to use 4-man rotations because that's what they would have used in '94 anyway. Of course, the free win the Reds were gifted again. The 162 games didn't help. A well-made decision. Oh, yeah, I understand that. They were 3.5 back when I did that. They were 3.5 back. And I felt it, and it could, like I said, it could have went either way, Matt. It could have went either way, but they were 3.5 back. I had to find out to make sure everybody had their chance. And look, we had 3 because I did that. We had a whole bunch of awesome games played the last couple of days. A night off? What are you talking about? Unacceptable. Hey, give me a break. So we get ready for the playoffs. It's a long shot, but your Dream World Series is Reds Orioles. If no Reds, hope the Expos get it. No excuses. Are not playing tomorrow. Well, maybe Al Red Sox fan or Sports Time Machine might have something going on. Got to get ready for the playoffs. So, the Cincinnati Reds are National League Central Division champions. They pulled it off, and they were far behind, too, at one point. I didn't think they had any chance, but they got it, and they pull it off. The Astros, they're still very much in it, and I like them against the Giants. I don't think San Francisco beats them, but who knows? I can tell you, it's going to be a tough one. You're going to see a playoff tree. A playoff tree will be on Payoff Pitch Network, Gamers Network. You'll see it there. Can't miss a game for your daughter's birthday. You can't take a night off. Oh, really? You guys are crazy. I love all you guys. All right. Steeler fan, 1933, Brandon Baker, Mungo, Jerry, 311, Tabletop Sports, Delaware, Larry Harris, Steeler fan, 1933, Salvador, America, SGJ, Jamie, Al Red Sox fan, who I know he showed up for a short period of time. Thank you all for joining me tonight. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. So many people in the chat. Thank you all for tonight for joining me. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. We will see you on Tuesday for the Seattle Mariners versus the Baltimore Orioles at Oriole Park, Camden Yards. For all of you, thank you very much for joining me. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong, stay smart, and take care. Final score here of both games. The Mariners beat the Tigers 7-6 to make the playoffs, and the Reds beat the Astros 2-0 to win the National League Central. See you guys in a couple of days. Take care, everyone. Good night.